go back and down memory lane. I would like to call upon classmate of Air Marshal S.R.K. Nair. I'm calling upon Mr. Ravi Shankar.
After 40 years, almost 40 years, it's an amazing experience, an amazing venue. Thank you for having me here. Some of those I met include some people from various walks of life who made it big, who run their own businesses. An eminent loyalite is with us, Additional Chief Secretary Paul Anthony IAS. Give him an applause, please. Meeting him after so many years. It's a matter of great pride and privilege for me today to be here to talk about my own times in Loyola, 11 years. We were the ISC batch then. And also to talk about someone who's been a friend, a classmate, a brother, someone we look up to, and someone who gives us a lot of pride. Air Marshal S.R.K. Nair. I've known him for about 40 years. And when I knew him, obviously, when I first knew him, obviously he wasn't an Air Marshal. We knew him as simple Radha. Those days, of course, we never even thought Radha was a girl's name, so don't call him that, but all of us started calling him Radha. And those days, all of us had some names. You know, Ganesh was Gani. I remember we had something called Adi Shivam, who became Adi. And all of us had simple names. So Radha was Radha. You know, we studied together. We grew up together. And over a period of time, we noticed a change in this simple Radha. We noticed, he was a very complete kind of a person. Very, very soft-spoken, very satiated, self-fulfilled, but he had a deep vision in him. He had a deep desire in him. It slowly started surfacing. So we changed his name to Pattalam Radha, because his desire was to get, even then, into the armed forces. Over a period of time, again, he grew into more senior positions in the NCC unit, the Air Force NCC unit, and then became Pattalam Radha Krishnan. And after some time, he became the under officer of the Air Force unit. After he became the under officer of the Air Force unit, he did some subterfuge. He did a very subtle campaign to enroll all of us into the NCC. And that campaign was based upon what today politicians do. Sorry, Shabri. And I work and come from a state where politicians offer color TVs, mixies, grinders, even goats in their manifestos. His manifesto was very simple. One bun, one paripu and one varakayappam. Many of us fell for the varakayappam and vada and bun and joined the NCC. Little knowing that there was a lot more to NCC than these three elements. I mean, Sunil, I'm not sure about this beef and this thing, parota, probably only on Saturdays, a few days, but most of the days was these three elements. I personally joined the NCC because those were the days when your kainitam did not exceed 5 rupees or 2 rupees from your parents, and this was a great boon. But we were ill-prepared for the rest of the NCC, which meant polishing your shoes, polishing your buckles, wearing your uniform stiff, running around the football field 5 times, carrying loads on your back. And the worst was calling him sir and saluting him as soon as you enter the NCC ground. This was absolutely unacceptable. Because the rest of the 5 days, you sit with him in the class, you hit him, you talk to him, we make jokes, and the 6th day, or whenever you are on the parade ground, you salute him and you call him sir. Well, I mean, the choice was between the paripuvada and the salute. In my case, the decision was very clear, the paripuvada. So I stomached it and continued to salute him. Some of us, at least one of my friends who was sitting there, Jomi Joseph, decided to drop out because he said, "Enikku ivane njan salute cheyan pattilla." Paripoda or no Paripoda, I am not going to salute. But the rest of us continued because we said the stomach overrules the heart and the mind. So we continued. So I think his career with the armed forces started with the NCC, and he grew. He represented us, did us all proud. He went to the Republic Day, represented us, grew again. And it was time for all of us to part, leave Loyola. Some of us went into graduation, and he went into the NDA, where he again shone very well, joined the Air Force. And we kept meeting. Thankfully, his tenures in various cities and mine coincided, and I met him over several occasions. And one of the things that really happened was wherever he was posted, he was very, very clear that any Loyalite was open to his house, his home was open to any Loyalite, and he and his wonderful wife, Geeta, were fantastic hosts for all of them. And he also conducted Loyola, alumni meets, and all of them were very, very interesting. And I attended at least 3 or 4 of them. In spite of Pradeep's long-winded lectures, some of them were very interesting. I, for one, again, was born in Trivandrum, lived in Trivandrum, did my schooling in Trivandrum, but then went out and lived in various cities. Well, I love the city, but his passion for Trivandrum is still amazing. Every time I see him, he says, "Changara, namak eppadengilum thirichu ponoda." He says that. And our wives used to glare at us and say, "Bye-bye, see you guys." So that sort of dropped at that point of time, but love the city. Third, and the most important constant and love in his life, and I must say this with all seriousness, is Geetanjali Nair. Geeta, to all of us, an amazing person, been with him through thick and thin, through all the challenges, through ups and downs, through all the various, roles that he played, and take a bow, Geeta. A fantastic person. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody, listening to me. Thank you very much.